Good morning. It's Valerie Milano, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times, and I want to welcome Gail here. And we're going to talk about her film. Gail, go ahead. I would like for you to introduce yourself.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm Gail Gilbert. I've just made my first feature film. I have a career as a film editor for 30 years, and I've made a movie called Puppy Love, which is being shown in LA on Friday in the LA Femme International Film Festival.
Great, great. And you'll be coming in from you be coming to LA from Chicago, so I don't think it's morning there, right?
It is. It's still morning. It's
Okay,
11 o'clock.
okay, great. Well, thank you for taking the time here with us. And I know your film, and and if you've ever owned or loved a Labrador Retriever, which a lot of us have, I know I have, this film will grab you by the heart and not let you go. This film has so much heart as it follows the ups and downs and ultimate triumph of the four labs who suffered a mysterious paralysis shortly after their birth. Amazing tale, an equally amazing film. This is such a warm and heartfelt tribute to the breeder, Cindy and Rush Lake Labradors, whose last litter was not even close to what she would call a great litter, considering how their story unfolded. You had faith in these pups, right?
Yeah, well, I just had I believed I had to do whatever it took. Honestly, I didn't know what was going to happen, but she had faith, and her friends around her who rallied with me, they all believed. I was never really a dog person, so this is like, I was just all excited to get a puppy, and then this happened. So I was just along for the ride and started shooting with my iPhone and stuff, just because it was fascinating what everybody was doing.
The calls to euthanize these puppies, they turned out to be premature and unfounded in the long run, right? You Yet there were still those who insisted that you spent too much time and effort to save these four dogs. How did you deal with those folks who said things like, "What's wrong with you? You should have put those dogs down"?
We just turned our backs and kept going in the direction we were going. I mean, everybody has their own opinion, and especially now, people I think are more open to it and more interested in helping dogs with needs. But I'd say, this started 10 years ago, and so I think people were more in, especially in the purebred community. It's just, you don't you want a perfect dog, and these dogs are fabulous. They're three of them, three of the four are two of the four are champion tracking dogs, which is one of the hardest titles to get. My dog just was in a hunt test last week. He's 11 years old. He can run 100-yard marks. I mean, these dogs are amazing, and we wouldn't have done it any other way. It's hard for me to say, how the vets really. I took my dog to a orthopedic vet, because when he was 18 months old, he still had a lot of problems with his hind legs. And I said, "Is there anything, I should know or do, or surgery or anything?" She goes, "No, I've heard of this happening before, but it's always listed as a terminal disease because we are told they should just be put down."
The point,
So,
yeah, well, the point at which Oliver should be put down for the sake of necrotic study. Well, I cried and hollered at the screen. No, as you you know as you have screened this film, have audiences reacted by getting vocal and emotional about these pups?
oh, definitely. I mean, I screened it last week at the Richmond International Film Festival, and I started crying. And and I edited it, and I was there. So yeah, I mean, it was just honestly, they were afraid he was going to starve to death, and they thought it would be a kinder thing to do because he wasn't eating. He was just skin and bones. So when I went out I basically the breeder said they were doing this, and I just got in my car. It's an hour and a half away. I drove out there, and I just said, no, 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 give me 2 weeks. Just give me 2 weeks. And they're like, okay, take them. And she opened up the back of her car because she had driven to the McDonald's, so I didn't have to go all the way to her farm. And I didn't want to touch him. It was so scary to see this little bag of bones in the back of her car. She was, you either take him or he's going. And I'm like, oh my God, it was really hard. So it was when at that point in the movie, I always cried too, because I'm filled with emotion having lived it. But the owner of Oliver now, oh my God, he's a champion tracking dog. I mean, he is amazing, and he is the light of her life. She has 4 other dogs now. She can't seem to stop getting Labradors, and one of them isn't even a Labrador. He's a fabulous dog. He's my favorite. And anyway, Oliver is the light of her life.
The death of Cindy's husband from cancer and her death from a heart attack casts a temporary sadness over the ending, but the amazing recovery of those beautiful animals, especially, white Oliver, is such a joyful journey. This seems to be an example of life happening while you're having fun, isn't it?
Yeah. And also life goes on after sadness, and, because I think of it more as a human story than just a dog story. I've had a lot of people come up to me at Q&As telling me, first off, some people tell me about issues they've had with their dogs and how they overcame them. And then a lot of people tell me issues they've had with loved ones, humans, that they didn't give up, or they follow their own path, and they just, through perseverance, they brought their loved one back. So it does seem to resonate a lot with, even non-dog lovers. My distributor is not a dog lover. And he called me up and he was crying. He's like, oh my God, I'm not a dog lover, but now I am, this movie will touch a lot of hearts. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Salvatore Cordova's soundtrack is so perfect.
Thank you. Isn't he amazing? I mean, he's just amazing.
Was it composed just for the film?
Actually, no. He composed for my last film, which was a short, and he did it to picture, and he did a whole track. This one, since I didn't really know what I was doing, I didn't know if I was really going to get a movie, and in order to get myself inspired, I need to kind of cut to music. So he just sent me a huge folder of tracks and let me pick whatever I wanted.
Good. Yeah, that's amazing. Is there anything else you want to say about the movie? I know we'll probably be meeting at the film festival, but
I hope so. No, just that I think it does work on so many levels. And I just got back from Labrador Nationals, because the whole film starts with them paralyzed and ends with them competing at Labrador Nationals.
Yes.
And I went there this year just to tell people about the movie, because I'm a member of the Labrador Club, and nobody really knows me, and I thought I'd introduce myself. And it was just so exciting to feel the love of all these people. They didn't know me. Most of them didn't even know the breeder, because she's been gone now for 6 years, and she wasn't but she did get to be AKC Breeder of the Year for tracking one year, which was huge because of these puppies. But it was just, I'm so excited now. Now I am a dog person. I train my dogs every day. I'm so into it. But I think just feeling the love from different people, especially the Labrador people, the random people who just come up to me after festival screenings that I don't even know. They're just so nice, and so this film has brought me a lot of joy, and I hope it brings other people joy.
Yeah, I'm sure. So are you thinking about your next film?
Yes. I actually have 2 scripts I'm trying to decide about which one I'm going to go. They're narratives, they're not documentaries. I just got my MFA in screenwriting, actually, from Northwestern. I went back to school and was there with a bunch of 19-year-olds. It was fun. Right. And so I've got 2 scripts that I started in my MFA program that I just need to go back and look at, because I've spent 100% of my time on this documentary for the last 3 years. And one is about Loie Fuller, who is an American who was from Chicago, ended up in Paris, and was the absolute most famous woman in the world in 1900. She did this dance, but she was just really impactful, and her forward thinking, and And she went and was a nurse on the front lines of World War One. She was best friends with Rodin and Madame Curie. She had this crazy life that nobody really knows about. And I think it's time to tell her story. So that's the one I'm really aiming for.
And so where can our viewers and our readers find you or this film or your website, social media?
Well, thank you. I'm the film has puppylovefilm.com. And then our Instagram is puppylove_film. And our Facebook is puppylovefilm. And the film will be, after this festival screening, it will be available on Amazon and Apple TV for rent.
Good for you.
I know, I'm so excited. It's timed perfectly. Our screening is October 20th. And then after that, on October 24th, we're going to be for the world to see.
Excellent. Well, keep going with that creativity and everybody's love for animals. It's just so important in this day and time how people can neglect their animals. And I just appreciate your time with us. And you know, we are the HollywoodTimes.today. That's our website. And then our YouTube channel is the Hollywood Times Official. So
great. I'm going to follow you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, and safe travels to LA from Chicago, and see you soon.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you,
very much.
Gail. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.